benefactor's been a factor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap.
Tonight, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Bills Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. And we are underway in Buffalo. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both. And at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
On play action, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
49, 49, guys. Mike, 49. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Now Allen. Flushed out right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 now. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds Beasley complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To the air, Allen. Hard throw, incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Ed Oliver, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. His throw incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert got a man over the middle. It's Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety? coming up and making the big-time play.
3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Flush to his right. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain there for the Bills.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Touchdown! It's complete.
Josh Allen with a touchdown pass to the veteran Emmanuel Sanders.
And the Bills will extend their lead. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with his quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. Point after try, forthcoming. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. On the give, this is Singletary. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Allen looks to throw on second down. Forced out to his left. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Joey Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Like the footwork back there, I thought you did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Into the secondary, past the 40. And all the way up to the 46.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Hey, QB's trash. Let's go.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
49's the Mike, 49. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Allen off the play fake. And finding Emmanuel Sanders here. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Check. 49's the Mike, 49. All day, dog.
On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Roberts electing not to try it, and this will come out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
49, guys.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert. And this is Cook with a grab.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Running on first down, Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do in that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's Herbert. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation, and they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him for that because I don't know what it's like for you, but to me, preparing for a night game involves a little bit more. Trying to hold your intensity, hold that edge throughout the entire day of waiting to get out there and play. You know, the meetings, what time you're going to eat, all of those things. He's harnessed it very well. It's turning in a nice performance.
Yeah, he's closing in on 100 yards. For me, it's all about the afternoon nap for a night game.
I like the way you prep.
He's going to air one out. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, yeah, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half, but that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 41, Herbert over the middle, complete. It's Williams. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert off of play action. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. To the air again, Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Here's Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This taken in at the goal line, and he won't quite make it to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park with the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome, everyone, to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this to Eckler. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On 1st down, Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
first play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
You ain't going nowhere. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Come, baby.
On play action, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Singletary. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Come on.
From the 17, Allen steps away to his left. And Diggs has it.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. Here we go.
Allen going to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Flushed out right. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. LA readies for its next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Allen's got it complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Herbert now. Going back to Allen. He's got him again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Herbert has it knocked free.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the 22, Herbert toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
To throw on third down, Herbert. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bills are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead. Yeah,
I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Singletary, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now a run with Singletary. 96 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, this is Moss.
He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, they go with Singletary. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
Singletary will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Pass on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Roberts on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at the 34. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Jerry Hughes able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
To try again after the sack, Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big game that time for the Chargers. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming. Touchdown, Chargers. Jared Cook, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go right back to Singletary. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Buffalo.